Alright everyone, it's Poopoopeepee time, and not in the funny frog meme related way here. We've got a link in the description. I'm just going to read this tweet verbatim because I was like, what the hell am I reading? Is it 2017 again or something? Took me back to the good old days of Ron Perlman's Yo Little Ronnie meme and so forth. This is Mike Sington relaying what was said. There's a clip there, you can watch it if you want. I'm not going to bother archiving because it's mainly a video clip. What a CNN political analyst said. CNN political analyst Geoff Duncan on what it would be like for Republicans to nominate Trump, which is likely to happen. Nominating Donald Trump for the Republican Party is a lot like peeing in your pants. Okay. It's going to feel good for a couple of seconds, but then you wake up and you realize the realities of what you just did. So we've got a CNN political analyst here who appears to think that pissing in his pants feels good. And I'm thinking there might be some sort of weird fetish involved or something. I have noted that people with Trump derangement syndrome startlingly commonly bring up Poopoopeepee. It must be a psychological thing. I'm not joking. Like, one of their main fantasies is that Donald Trump is going to be like manhandled, brutalized. So the system's going to come grab that big orange buffoon, and he's always represented as being ponderously fat with crazy hair. They drag him out by his hair, kicking and screaming, and he's pooping and peeing at the same time. I've seen cartoonish depictions of him. Oftentimes, it's him shitting his pants or something like that, either in fear or by just being basically ape-like. He's basically an animal stuffed into a suit, and so he doesn't bother controlling his bowels because he sees it as perfectly normal. So at least one person at CNN seems to have a urine fetish, which doesn't surprise me. I've seen other references to this. And TDS really at this point has become one of the most funny things and sad things actually at the same time. Because it's originally, well, it was TDS. Well, the left and elements of the legacy media and then a handful of never-Trump Republicans. The TDS, though, has worsened and metastasized. Most liberals now have it, too, even though Donald Trump didn't do anything to piss them off for the most part during large swaths of his presidency. Oh my God. He hasn't started a war yet? I feel so offended. Oh, mean tweets. The mean tweet sort of stuff wore off around 2019 and just became normalized, which is why you see Joe Biden, AOC, and people like that saying weird off-the-wall shit on Twitter now, too. Oh, wait, it's X now. Well, we're not exactly sure. My button still says tweet. Some people it says post. I'm still on Twitter.com, though, so I'm just going to assume that I'm still on Twitter in the most literal sense, even if the company's name has changed. This is off the wall, though. By the way, who thinks that it feels good to piss your pants? No, it doesn't. It feels good to piss, if you have to pee and then you relieve yourself. It's called relieving yourself for a reason. You've gotten some relief. Yeah, going to the bathroom is calming because, your bladder hurt. Now it doesn't hurt. That's great. I've never thought it sounded like a fun idea to piss my pants. And bringing it up in the context of Trump, I guess the subconscious context is, hey, Trump probably likes to piss his pants too. This is basically what created Orange Man Big. The two booklets that I wrote regarding people with TDS going off the wall and interacting with Donald Trump. It's very often Poopoopeepee related, and that's because some of the figures in the book, they're not based on real-life figures, but they do have doppelgangers, I suppose, in some cases. And in some cases, those individuals habitually talk about the subject. Trump's penis, or they project about how other people are obsessed with Hunter's penis, even though that's their reaction to literally any mention of Joe Biden ever having done anything wrong. Trump's stool, basically. Well, yeah, I bet we'd find pills in Trump's shit. He's talking about how Jack Smith is on cocaine. Well, it's Trump that's on Adderall. Check his poo. Make him piss in a cup like a common criminal. This is sort of the level of sophistication within Trump derangement syndrome circles. That extends to some people who are rooting for DeSantis. They're driving with DeSantis. Donald Trump is treated in a reductionist manner, rendered into a one-dimensional caricature. So he's either rendered into being a psychopath, or he's rendered as being on his own, helpless, ponderously fat, barely can stand up. He shits himself, he pees himself, monosyllabic, incapable of basic human judgment, basically like literally a bipedal animal of some sort. And this is the way his candidacy, his presidency is treated the same way. So it's just a litany of failures. Trump didn't build the wall. Trump didn't get Mexico to pay for the wall. Oftentimes there's a little bit of nitpicking with regards to the so-called failures of the Trump admin, most of which weren't actually failures. Oh, the First Steps Act is letting out violent criminals. Well, no, not really, but if you're a DeSantis fan, you have to cope, I suppose, by because your candidate said that he'd repeal that on day one. But this is an advanced case of TDS. I diagnose you with severe TDS and meds take, swallow a log or something like that, because that's basically what's on your mind. Again, most people, most adults at least, they don't consider pissing your pants to be a pleasurable experience. Is he saying that he has wet the bed recently or something like that? It seems like he's referring to wetting the bed as opposed to like willfully pissing your pants, but no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't feel good to sit in your piss-soaked pants. You know, most little kids, they pee their pants. They don't seem too happy about it. They seem to cry when they pee their pants. Then they need a change. It's self-explanatory, and I'm not exactly 100% sure what this particular anchor is, or analyst rather, is even insinuating at this point. It's just very, very strange. That he has a job with CNN. How low their standards have fallen. But the other day, the New York Times was doing a guide to the best vibrators that you could buy. And I'm like, well, I responded at the time. I'm like, you know, the average New York Times reader probably would shove it in their ass as opposed to using it in the normal way. So I don't know why you're hawking this particular merchandise. That's about all. Peace out.